I honestly didn't know if I'd see this again, but here we are in 2025, and I just found some things that completely surprised me in the Columbia suburbs, Lexington, Irmo, Chapin, and all around Lake Murray. Multiple brand new homes in neighborhoods full of amenities, starting around $200,000. Talking about real homes in real family-friendly communities with amenities like pools and more. I'm not talking about fixer-uppers or stripped-down models. And what's happening out here says a lot about where the market's headed next. As I've been out this spring, walking lots, talking to builders, and checking on homes in the Columbia, South Carolina suburbs, y'all ask me about most all around Lake Murray. I've been pulling together the best affordable new construction options I could find because I know how many of y'all are asking for it. Can I still find something solid in a great area without breaking the bank? So here's what I did. I hit up all the builder reps my team and I work with day in and day out. I asked them straight up, what do you have coming up that people need to know about? And they sent me their list. I double checked the details, dove in further, and now I've got a full breakdown for you by builder, by price, and by location. All of it. And if you saw the last episode in this series, you know I've already covered some of the top neighborhoods in the entire area, but today's different. Today, we're heading to some of the most asked about affordable neighborhoods. And I'm currently out here at the Bluefield neighborhood, the final phase, and you're not gonna believe what they've brought. All right, so we are getting kicked off with some established communities with new phases. And then we're gonna hit what's coming soon, followed by some brand new neighborhoods that just hit the market, oftentimes where you can find the best deals. We're gonna circle back to where I'm at right now, but we're getting kicked off with Summer Orchard. This Stanley Martin neighborhood features 6 different floor plans, from ranch floor plans up to nearly 2,800 square foot homes. It's gonna be on the west side of the 29072 part of Lexington, about a 15-minute drive to downtown Lexington. It is zoned for the award-winning Lexington 1 school district, zoned for Gilbert High School, and pricing starts in the high 200s. Oh, and later on, I'll tell you how to get your hands on my free guide that I give to my clients, because this can easily start to become overwhelming with all the different neighborhoods and builders popping up. But I'll let you know how to get your hands on it to save you some time and money. But as we circle back towards Lexington, because I've already had people ask, the popular Mungo neighborhood, Hidden Springs, they will have a new phase, but I'm being told it's at least a year, if not 2 years out, which is why we skipped it in this episode. But next, we're hitting Copper Crest. This Stanley Martin neighborhood offers 6 different floor plans, from ranch floor plans up to nearly 3,000 square foot homes. They also have townhomes in this neighborhood, but I'm gonna be making an entire episode about townhomes. So we'll circle back to those and what they have to offer. So stay subscribed if you're considering it. And this neighborhood is minutes from the brand new Lowe's grocery store in South Lexington, as well as the Publix, Chick-fil-A, Walmart, and so much more, and less than 3 miles from downtown Lexington. It is zoned for the award-winning Lexington 1 school district, zoned for White Knoll High School, with pricing starting in the high 200s. And wrapping up with new phases, just around the corner from Copper Crest, with where I am now, Ashton Lakes. This neighborhood is being built by both McGuinn Homes and Eastwood Homes. They have a new phase with a ton of new homes. Eastwood says they have 11 different floor plans, with prices starting from the high 200s. And McGuinn, they have 9 different floor plans from the mid 200s. Both are gonna have ranch floor plan options, as well as Eastwood offers floor plans to over 3,000 square feet. And for those not familiar, this neighborhood does feature the community pool and cabana. And this neighborhood is again up the street from Copper Crest. So right around the corner from all that shopping I talked about, as well is less than 4 miles to downtown Lexington. It is well zoned for the award-winning Lexington 1 school district, zoned for White Knoll High School. All right, so I'm out here with Ted, and you've had the benefit of working both on the general real estate side and now on the new construction side. And a lot of buyers ask, am I gonna save money if I come without a real estate agent?
And you know, Brandon, we get that question all the time. And really it comes out of 2 different budgets. We have a marketing budget, and then we have the house building budget. The commission always comes out of our marketing dollars. It does not affect the home whatsoever. So when people ask, I have to say, I'm sorry, no, it does not save you any money. Feel free to bring an agent. We love to have agents helping you out to make sure you're making the best decision possible.
That's awesome. And I've heard that from most builders in this area. So you've heard it straight from one of them right now. And stick around because we will jump back into those brand new neighborhoods already on the ground. But of course, people always ask me, what's coming soon? What are those neighborhoods that haven't been publicly announced yet, that aren't on the website, so that we can know about them before everybody else? And while many of the builders are pretty tight-lipped as they're trying to sell those neighborhoods already on the ground, I got some details on some of the ones that are right around the corner. And the first coming soon, speaking of around the corner, is D.R. Horton's Ferry Grove. This neighborhood is literally right next door to Summer Orchard that we just talked about. But this neighborhood, I'm being told, will feature a community pool, cabana, and playground, where circling back, Summer Orchard did not have that. It's listed as D.R. Horton's Express Series. And for those familiar with D.R. Horton, the series kind of tells us what type of houses we should expect. Based on that, I'd imagine pricing comparable to Summer Orchard and possibly even less. Again, pricing hasn't been officially released. This is just the rumors of pricing, but grading is underway, and I am told it will be shortly coming soon this year. The next neighborhood, Belgrade by Stanley Martin Homes. I've been hearing about this neighborhood for quite some time. This is another neighborhood on the south side of Lexington. And when I was out there, it looked close to launching. And last I heard, this neighborhood should see pricing in the 200s. Now, it does push slightly further south in Lexington than the neighborhoods that we were talking about before. And so with the zoning maps, more than likely will be zoned for Lexington School District 2, Airport High School. Now, with that said, there's a lot of neighborhoods coming in this specific area of South Lexington. I know if you watched my last video, I talked about Lennar's Founders Ridge, and there's another neighborhood that was recently proposed right around the corner from this. Now, that area is split between Lexington 1 Pillion High School and Lexington 2 Airport High School. But with the amount of homes being built out this way, I can't foresee something changing out this direction. Now, I'm not trying to start rumors out here, but Lexington County does have what's called concurrency now, where they have to make sure that they have adequate law enforcement, EMS, fire, schooling, and all that before they approve neighborhoods. So I'm curious to see what pans out in this specific area because of all these neighborhoods coming in this area. But circling back, speaking of coming soon, this is another established neighborhood that sold out their first phase pretty quick, and I had a buyer jump in it. And I'm going to talk about this one because this one should be back on the market soon. And it's Lennar's Village at Glen Hills over in Gaston. This neighborhood was built on septic tanks. So with that, the lots were much larger, which I know enticed a lot of people, including my buyers, to seek out the neighborhood. Originally in the first phase, they had 6 different floor plans with a variety of different sizes. And back then pricing started in the mid 200s. And so I foresee seeing similar in that second phase. And we wrap up coming soon with a good one. Centex West Creek Station. Now, for those not familiar, Centex falls under the same family as Pulte Homes. And this neighborhood is going to be right around the corner from a neighborhood I highlighted in my other video that I've had a lot of people buy in, Carriage Estates. Now, pricing isn't out for this neighborhood, but for those not familiar, Centex is the more budget-friendly side of Pulte. They separate the names. To give you an idea, for instance, in their neighborhood in Blythewood, which I will be hitting in another video, their Pulte side started around $400,000, where the Centex side started around $300,000. So I foresee this landing in that budget-friendly category. Again, why I highlight this one and say it's going to be a big one is because it's going to be off of Wise Ferry Road. And for those first learning about the area, it's going to be about 3.5 miles to downtown Lexington, where the Ice House Amphitheater, O'Hara's Public House, the brand new Voodoo Brewing is going to be, and so much more. And it would land in the area zoned for Lexington High School. So a highly desired area where budget-friendly homes have been harder and harder to find. All right, let's dive into those neighborhoods that you can move into today. The new ones that are just getting underway. And I tell people all the time, this is often how you find the best deals, because anyone that's followed new construction realizes that phase after phase, they try and raise the prices. And we're gonna be hitting neighborhoods in Lexington, the highly sought after Dutch Fork area that hasn't seen new homes in this price point in some time. And we're gonna circle back to where I'm at now, but we're getting kicked off with the Pinecrest neighborhood. This neighborhood is over in the West Columbia area, where I've had more and more people ask about because of their ever-growing downtown and proximity to downtown Columbia, Fort Jackson, and so much more. This neighborhood is being built by both Mungo Homes and Haven Homes. Mungo has 6 different floor plans, and Haven has 8 different floor plans. This neighborhood literally backs up to the Pine View Diamond Youth Baseball Field. So convenient location if your kids are in baseball. This neighborhood is going to be zoned for the Lexington School District 2, zoned for BC High School. Pricing in this neighborhood starts in the 200s. As we circle back to Lexington, I'm going to get kicked off in the rural areas and work our way back towards town. And a lot of people say they don't mind rural, but at the same accord, I've had just as many come out and didn't really realize what southern rural was. But as land has gotten more expensive, we've seen the builders push further and further out into the more rural areas. Because keep in mind, not that long ago, the Red Bank area was rural. I mean, when we first moved to the White Knoll area, there was no Publix, there was no Aldi, no Chick-fil-A, no Starbucks. Outside of Food Lion, Walmart, and Lowe's Home Improvement, we had to head into town for anything bigger. And even so, neighborhoods like Bluefield West were built on septic tanks. But since then, neighborhoods like Bluefield, Ashton Lakes, Autumn Woods West, Coppercrest, and more were built, and we've seen the prices climb and more shopping following behind all the time. But stay on track. The most common concern across the country right now is affordable housing. So in order to achieve that and deliver what the buyers want, the builders and developers are moving more south in Lexington, where they can still find land at a reasonable price point. And that's where we get kicked off with Lennar's Heron Point. This neighborhood is in Gaston, featuring 5 different floor plans. Being more rural, this neighborhood is on well and septic. The benefit, it gives you a little bit more land with lot sizes over 1/4 of an acre and prices from the mid 200s. Now circling back in the rural areas, but neighborhoods with public water and sewer. Heading back towards South Lexington is Edmond Hill Estates by Lennar. This neighborhood features 9 different floor plans with pricing in the high 200s. Again, it's going to be in the more rural part of South Lexington, zoned for Pillion High School. And now we jump back closer to town with 2 different neighborhoods out in the west part of Lexington in the Gilbert area. For those that have watched for years knows everyone's been eyeing this side of town as the next big area. And I'm currently in one of those neighborhoods, Winston Point. This neighborhood is being built by both Munga Homes and Haven Homes. I've already had a buyer jump into this neighborhood as it's only 15 minutes from downtown Lexington and less than 5 miles from the recently announced Target shopping center being built right now. Still a relatively rural area with lots of farmland, so it's a great fit for those looking to be close to everything but not in the midst of traffic and congestion. Going back, Mungo has 21 different floor plans they offer in this neighborhood, from their smaller homes to homes over 3,500 square feet. And Haven has 16 different floor plans to pick from. This neighborhood will feature a community pool and cabana, and pricing starts in the low 200s. All right, next we hop literally right around the corner to Lennar's Taylor Hill. This neighborhood will not have amenities, but does feature 4 different floor plans starting in the low 200s, and they have townhomes under 200,000. Again, I'm gonna be making an entire episode about townhomes, and I'll dive into those more and what they offer. But circling back, both this neighborhood and Winston Point are gonna be zoned for the Lexington 1 High School, Gilbert High School. And again, if you didn't catch my last episode, I talked about another neighborhood across the street from both of these neighborhoods. And they have larger lot spacing, hardy plank siding, and more higher end standard features. But let's stick with the budget friendly ones in this episode. Next, we head over towards Irmo in the Dutch Fork side of Irmo. The Dutch Fork side of Irmo has seen a lot of high-priced new construction neighborhoods recently, including neighborhoods like River Shoals that I highlighted in that last video, expansions of Ascot, and more. But D.R. Horton recently released Livingston Wood. This is Lennar's Tradition series, featuring slightly higher end upgrades than their base models. This neighborhood does feature 10 different floor plans and is zoned for the award-winning Lexington Richland 5 School District, zoned for Dutch Fork High School. It's 6 miles from the Columbia Center Mall, Harbison Shopping, and about 6 miles to Costco. And pricing starts in the high 200s. Next, we head over to Chapin. This has been another area where it's hard to find budget-friendly neighborhoods, with many neighborhoods well above that 300,000 mark and even pushing into the 500,000. And I highlighted some of those neighborhoods in that other video. But Great Southern Homes, Boykin Hills, right there in Chapin, has 8 different floor plans. They have a community pool and cabana, and is zoned for the award-winning Chapin High School. And it's just over 1 mile from downtown Chapin, with prices starting in the high 200s. All right, before we circle back to the exciting news coming to the Bluefield neighborhood, one of my recent clients was relocating from out of state. They told me they felt overwhelmed by the number of options online, said it felt confusing. But after speaking with my team, we were able to start to narrow down the area that best matched their lifestyle and their budget. Then we scheduled appointments to come out and visit the new home models. And they found a beautiful new home that's a perfect fit for their family's need. But I get it. Unfortunately, home prices, current inventory, and incentives are quite literally changing by the day. So reaching out to my team is the fastest way to get the most up-to-date information in the shortest amount of time. but it also gave me an idea to create a guide for you to help you really understand this in a more clear and concise way, breaking down the neighborhoods by areas and price ranks all around Columbia. And I don't know when you're watching this, but I update the link regularly because again, this changes so often. And the builders are always calling us, letting us know what's new. So reach out to us to get your hands on that guide. Now, back to the Bluefield neighborhood. I've personally sold more homes in this neighborhood than any other neighborhood. And at one point was the highest selling agent in the neighborhood. And wild to think, they've come to their final phase. I remember selling in their initial phases when you could still get homes for under $200,000. But anyone that's watched our market over the past few years has known in these desirable areas, like I talked about already, the price continues to climb. But Mungo heard the feedback. And while they're not quite able to bring these prices back down to below $200,000, the final phase will feature their smaller set of homes to keep pricing starting in the low 200s. And for those not familiar with this neighborhood, it is in the fast-growing South Lexington area by White Knoll High School and the brand new South Lake Elementary. It's minutes from that shopping district featuring Walmart, Aldi's, Publix, Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, and the brand new shopping center anchored by Lowe's Food with Chipotle, Panda Express, Whataburger, plans for Planet Fitness, Big Blue Marble Academy, and more. This neighborhood features a community pool with a lazy river, cabana, playground, dog park, and more. Being this final phase, don't hesitate to reach out because by the time this video goes live, pre-sales may have already started. And for those of you that are new to the new construction world, this all sounds exciting, but you don't even know where to start or what the process actually looks like to buying a new home. You're gonna wanna watch this video here, where I actually break down what the process of buying a new construction home looks like, the important things you need to know, not only to save you time, but help you save money. So make sure to watch that.